So when we dispatch our chickens, we use the basic restraining cone. We got this one from Wright Farm Products Poultry Supplies. Just ordered it through the mail. Just attach it to a tree, put the chicken in. The neck comes out here, and then we'll bleed them in that for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we move on to the butcher process.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Ozark family homestead here in South Central Missouri. Today I'm going to go over how we skin our chickens, because when we go to the grocery store, we don't typically buy a whole chicken with the skin on. We prefer the boneless, skinless chicken breast, so that's how we process our chickens. So the first thing you want to do is dispatch the chicken in the restraining cone, and then you want to hose it down with some water and get it just kind of all of the debris and stuff off of the bird. The next thing you want to do is you want to take a sharp knife and you are going to score around the feet here, and you just want to separate the foot just like that, and then you set that aside. We dehydrate ours for our dog treats, so you can do that if you don't want to waste any part of the bird. So you're going to do both of the feet the same way. Just like that. And then you also want to get the wing separated. So here you have the chicken drum and the chicken flat. Well, when you are skinning the chicken, this part, the flat, does not skin well, so you have to cut that part off. So you're just going to cut right at the joint here and cut that off. If you wanted to, you could still just defeather this and save that flat, which is what we do. So you just want to snip it right here, kind of cut down like this, and then kind of pop that bone and then sever the rest of it there. Just like that. And we also have a bucket under the table. Where's that at, babe? And then we're just gonna throw that in there for now. And then you want to do the same thing with the other wing. Pop that out. Just like that. All right, now that you've got the legs, the feet off, and the wings, you just want to grab a piece of the breast. You see how it pulls up like that very easily? You just want to pull it up like that, and you want to cut a little hole in it, just like that. So from here, I kind of just turn it sideways, and I put my fingers inside there. And you just want to pull back and down, just like that. So with the legs, you kind of just want to get your finger in between the spot right here. Just poke a hole right there. And then you just pull that skin right off of the leg. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Find that hole and just pull that right off. There we go. And then you want to do the same thing with the wings. So the back tends to be a little more stuck on than the front does. So what I like to do is just put my finger in here and just kind of loosen it up a bit. Just slide it down like that. Once you get the back loosened up, then you pull the skin off the wing. And this one I think I broke a little too well, because that bone is coming out there. Yep, there we go. All right, maybe the other side won't be broken like that side. So you just pull it off, just like that. So now what you're left with is it's kind of wrapped around. You just separate it like that, and then you just pull it right off the top and into the bucket. So from here, you want to cut off this oil gland. So I just kind of sever it right here, like so. And then we're gonna flip it over. And now you want to find just right along the meat here of the breast. You want to find a good spot to kind of just put your knife in. That way you're not puncturing the insides. Once you get a good hole, just kind of tear it open. Sorry, I know I'm not getting a very good angle here. Just tear it open like so. And then you want to just reach as far up as you can inside the bird and grab all of the intestines out. So we're just going up like this, and then we're pulling back and down like that. Okay, now this is where they store their food. This part, what's that called? The crop. So this has all the food that they've eaten in the last 24 hours in it. So you don't want that to bust open. You just kind of separate it like that. Make sure it's not connected. And then you can actually just pull it right out. I just pull it right through like that. No mess. So after you do that, you just want to cut this bottom part off here. So we just are going around and cutting this part off. There we go. Now you can save the liver, gizzard. You can give that to your dogs, or you could eat it yourself. We're just going to move that aside. So now you want to remove the neck, or you can keep it on. Typically people will remove it. So what I do is I just cut it down like this. And we are by no means professionals. We are pretty new at this ourselves. So if you guys have better tips and tricks for doing this, please let us know, because everything is appreciated. There we go. Just put that over there. So from here, you'll want to chill the bird and just get it cooled down a little bit before you go on and further process it. So we're gonna put it in this bucket over here, and we're gonna soak it in just some of our well water. So our chicken has been chilling in our cold well water for about 5 minutes. If you live in a warmer climate, you would want to use an ice bath. So just water with ice in it. It just needs to be really cold water. Since it's winter here in the Ozarks, it's pretty cold, and our well water is very cold. So we just use the well water. So after it's chilled for a little while, you want to then process the meat. So this is where we're just gonna separate the legs and thighs from the breast meat and the wings and so on. So the first thing that I do is I just break this bone in the thigh, like so. Once you get that bone to pop out, you use just a sharp knife, and you want to follow the line all the way down the thigh here and go through that bone, or through the sections of bone rather, all the way down like so. So now you have your leg, thigh, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other side. There we go. Now we have both of those. And now you'll want to cut these wings off. This one I did break the bone out of, so we're just going to cut the meat off of this. It would be easier if I hadn't done that, but that's okay. All right, I'll just throw that in the bucket, and then we're going to get the other one off. So there is kind of a little line here that you want to follow to get these off. We just cut like so, Then I kind of flip it up and do the other side on that line there. And then just kind of follow it up here. Just kind of work it at all angles until you get it off of there. Again, I'm no expert. If you have a better way of getting these off, let me know. Okay, so now we need to get the breast off. And the way to do that is actually to flip the bird over. And then you want to use some kitchen shears or some really sharp scissors. I prefer the scissors just because these are very great scissors. And there is a line right here on the bird. You can see that right there. And we're just going to cut along that line. Like so. And then we do the other one right here. Just cut up the rib bones like that. And then I kind of just pull that back and open it up. And then you just want to cut the rest of it off. There we go. Okay, and now this is great for chicken broth. So I do not waste the backs. We actually freeze these, and when I'm ready to make chicken stock, I will throw these in a pot with all my vegetables, and we make our broth that way. So now to separate the two halves, you just want to take a very sharp knife, and you want to put it center of the chicken breast, and then just push down. Once you get through that bone, you just want to slice it like that and get the two halves separated from each other there. So because I do like boneless, skinless breast, we're gonna actually cut all of this bone off here. So I like to put the breast on the side like this where you have the bones coming up. And then I just kind of cut alongside those bones. Like so. Oh, I got a little too much into the meat on that one. Here we go. Once you get it across like that, I flip it over, get this bone out here. And then there is a bone that kind of goes up inside here as well. So you want to get that out as well. Just kind of feel where it is. Right there. I'm going to put my knife right alongside it. There we go. Perfect. Just like that. Now you have your boneless, skinless chicken breast. And of course you'll want to clean this up a little bit. So just cut all of that stuff off of it. And then you can marinate this or however you want to do it. We do a lot of chickens at one time. So what I do is I'll do different marinades and actually cut this into strips or just leave it as breast, and we'll put this in the freezer. And then when you thaw it out, it'll marinate in that marinade all day as it thaws in the fridge. And then you have a great marinated chicken breast to cook up for dinner. So we'll do this other one really quick. There we go. Now we have both of our breasts. We have our leg thigh quarters and our wings. Thank you for hanging out with us today and processing this chicken. I hope to see you next time.